So today in this lecture we shall see how we can work on a different element in Selenium which is known as frames. Alright, so a frame or iframe is an HTML element that allows embedding another document within the main document. Alright. In Selenium, you must explicitly switch to a frame before interacting with elements inside it. Okay, let's open the website. So if we open this website, we have got this iframe tab, right? So I click on this. Okay, so it is saying like below is an iframe. If you want to perform any operation in this window, you will need to enter. Okay, so it is saying like if I want to perform any operation, okay, so it is like I have to enter into this iframe first and then do some operation. Okay, let's suppose I need to select on this software testing drop down value. Okay, so how are we going to achieve that in automation? We shall see now. Okay, so when you inspect this, and go at the root of the HTML element, you would find something as iframe. Okay, so this iframe tag tells you that it is an iframe. Okay, and to work on this, you have to switch to this iframe and then have some implementation. All right, let's see how we can use them in the code. Okay, so what I can do, let's create a class frames example. Okay, and in here let's create your interface. Fine, let's now create a method public void test on Chrome. Alright, and in here let's do the initialization. Okay, once that is done, I want to maximize the browser, which is driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Okay, once it is maximized, I will navigate to the URL driver dot navigate dot go to URL. Okay, and then give the URL. You can actually create one implicit wait which will wait for at least number of seconds for all the web elements. Okay, so driver dot manage dot timeouts dot implicit wait equals to time span of dot, let's suppose I give 5 seconds for every web elements. Fine, now that is done. Okay, if we go back to the web page, I want to click on this iframe tab first. Okay, so what I can do, just right click. Okay, we have got iframe as ID, so we can take this driver dot find element by dot id. Now give the id value. Okay, and then click. Okay, once you click, I want to pause for some time. Let's suppose I give a sleep of 5 seconds. Okay, now that you are done, so initially if you click on this iframe tab, initially it would be like this. Okay, and our aim is to click on the value software testing from the drop down. Okay, after this I actually want to have some scroll. Okay, so that this is properly visible. Okay, so what I can do now, let's create a javascript executor. Okay, and then in here JSE equals to, and then you need to cast this with driver. Okay, driver, fine. Now let's suppose I give a scroll of JSE dot execute script, and in here you can give methods like window dot scroll by. Okay, and give your x coordinates and y coordinates values. Okay, and then close this. Okay, now that you are done, so you have performed scroll. Okay, now it's time to switch to your iframe. Okay, so what I can do, so if we look at the iframe element, so we are getting iframe. Okay, and is there something unique in here? Okay, name we are getting as global SQA. Okay, so we can take name. So what I can do now, let's define a web element, web element. Okay, and name this as iframe element. Okay, equals to driver dot find element. Let's take XPath. Okay, and in here let's define the value, which is iframe at the rate name equals to value in single quotes. Okay, now that you're done with this, it's time to switch to frame. For switching to frame, we can use driver dot switch to dot frame. Okay, and then pass this parameter. Okay, now that you're done with this, so I have now switched to frame. Now it's time to click on this one. Okay, so if we look at this, we are getting current filter, and id is the attribute, so we can use id here. Okay, so driver dot find element by dot id and give the id value. Okay, so in here I want to perform what? Click. Okay, so after clicking, I want to wait for some time until this options are visible. Okay, so I will wait for this after testing options to be visible. So let's try to inspect this. So if we look at this third option, let's try to take XPath here. Okay, Now we can use WebDriver wait to wait for some time for this element. Wait equals to new WebDriver wait. Okay, and give driver and some time span dot from seconds. Let's give 5 seconds for this to be visible. So wait dot until selenium extras dot wait helpers dot element is visible by dot xpath. Okay, and paste the xpath value. Okay, now that you're done with this, we can actually store this in element. So it was software testing option. Okay, and let's store this in web element. Alright, now that you have got this visibility, it's time to perform what? Click on this element. Okay, after clicking, I want to pause for some time. So let's give a pause here. Thread dot sleep, and then give something like somewhere in like 5 seconds. Okay, now that you're done, so it's like when you're interacting with your iframes, okay, so your control will always be inside iframes. Okay, so to come out of it and interact with your original main document page, you have to switch to the default content. Okay, for switching to the default content, we can use driver dot switch to dot default content. Okay, now we are done with this. It's time to create the object of the class. And then obj dot test on Chrome. Alright, now save this. Now let's run the code and see like what is happening now. So I hope guys this is clear to you. Okay, and yeah, if you like my video, please do like and subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.